welcome to episode 225, Onsi Sawriris, Richest Selfmade Billionaire in Egypt, 9 lessons. This is an outline of episode 225. Lesson number 1, invest in the future. At age 20, in 1950, against the wish of his family, who are landowners and in agriculture, Onsi Sawriris founded his construction company in southern Egypt. Egypt then was still under King Farouk. His thinking was decades ahead of everyone else. Lesson number 2, he survived 10 years of Nasser socialism. At age 31, in 1961, his construction company was nationalized by Nasser. Then he was prevented from leaving the country for 6 years in the 1960s. Lesson number 3, Libyan Exile. From 1971 to 1976, he was in exile in Libya, doing construction for General Qadaffi. Lesson number 4, invest in his 3 sons. His 3 sons runs 3 parts of the company. His eldest son runs Orascom Telecom. His youngest son runs Orascom Construction. His middle son runs Orascom Tourism. All 3 sons are successful. Lesson number 5, sometimes fight, sometimes flee. While Egypt went through coups, revolutions, wars, and crises, Sawriris adapted by fight or flee. For example, when he could not fight in 2011 during the Arab Spring, he left the country when charged with tax fraud. Lesson number 6, discover new growth opportunities. For example, in telecom, Naguib Sawriri even went to North Korea. Lesson number 7, opportunities are in Africa. Negative press on Africa in the West is an opportunity for the Orascom brand.
Because, Africa is still a virgin. I mean, whatever has been done till now is nothing compared to the potential of Africa. The competition is less. People in the Western world mostly are really scared to go there and reluctant, So we are Africans. So we should be primarily the investors in Africa should be Africans, It makes more sense because we know that most of the image that is portrayed for Africa is actually overratedly negative, but it's not true.
And these are the obstacles to invest in Africa.
First, it's corruption, lack of transparency, bureaucracy, not preparing the grounds for investor in the way it should be, old-fashioned laws that need to be changed.
Lesson number 8, global thinking. Orascom is Egypt's first and largest multinational corporation, and doing well not just in Africa. It has projects in Iowa, United States, to China, and presence in 25 countries. Lesson number 9, construction boom after wars and terrorism. Contrary to popular belief that wars are bad for constructions, wars are actually fantastic for construction. This interview took place in March 2012.
Now, from your own point of view, for construction, it's obviously going to be a bit of a difficult time going through this transition period, and yet you actually won some contracts during the transition. Are you comfortable that the contracts that you had before will be honoured, and how is it going to affect your bottom line going forward?
Actually, surprisingly, every time the region had a major crisis or a war, or Egypt even post the Luxor attacks on tourism, or the Asian crisis, or the financial crisis, we saw the following year a significant spend on infrastructure and then actually a construction boom. As recently as 08-09 was one of our strongest years in boosting infrastructure spending. So we expect this year, in the coming few months, a lot of activity on the infrastructure side.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.